system, like that's like shows how strong you technically are. And it's the same shit with Rick and Morty. Like even though the season is over, your mind is still able to create and go into other scenarios, or what if this happened with Rick and Morty, or what if this happened with Rick and Morty. So it's like you constantly can keep building that universe up, and it technically never stops, and it constantly keeps going because that, I mean, is that possible? Like, so for instance, when say a villain come into a movie, or the I forgot what they call it, people, not the protagonist, the antagonist. So say an antagonist come into the movie, but they only show so much of him. For instance, like Killmonger, they didn't show all 1,000 of Killmonger's deaths. Kills that he gave, but it gave you the fact that he had all those whelps. Those are each different whelp gave you a different, like you can go into a different scenario. I wonder how he killed, what he did in Iraq, or I don't know if I'm explaining it right. But each whelp is a different universe you can go into, a different chapter of his life you can go into, a different thing, a space in your mind you can go into, because you have to understand that he went through these things already, and that's where he is today. Like that's why he is Killmonger today. So he went through those different things in his life, but we didn't get to see it. But those things still can ponder in our mind when we think about the character of Killmonger, if that makes sense. Like, even though we don't know exactly each one, we can still ponder, like, that nigga killed 10,000, 1,000 people. Just imagine the different things he had to do. Like, and when you get to imagining, like, especially if you want to ponder that world, say if you was to want to create a Killmonger, say if I was a person coming in, I've never been a part of Marvel, but say if I was a person that was to come into, I want to make a Killmonger origin story. Now I have all those different webs to go off of, and now I can create many different ideas and universes because the precedent that's already been set. Like this was just a foundation. Now you can keep going. That goes on with movies, pictures, any type of form of artwork because it came from a source that's endless. They just put it into a capsule where you can understand it in that certain movie, book, or whatever. But that whole still endless. Period. Like, cracking the matrix, bro. But, yeah, man, like I said, when we watch these universes, there's many different, like, you go on YouTube, oh, this can happen, oh, that can happen, oh, this can happen. When you talk about Marvel, the different things they think gonna happen, or with the Star Wars, like what they think gonna happen, the predictions, there's many predictions because there's so much other stuff that you could be, there's so many things you can focus on, but you don't know what the director or the producer gonna choose to focus on. And then that's why they say you can't be mad at whatever they choose to focus on because that's their vision, that's their view of it. But you had your own vision and your own view of it because it's endless. And he gave you that, especially when something's a good movie or a good film, it gives you the idea to open up and keep going. It don't just leave you with the base value type shit. You ain't just stuck with what you originally got. Like usually that's not what content is meant to do. Content is usually meant to expand and go broader, farther, like push it, the message on the envelope even further, not to just keep you right there. And that's usually what religion is type shit. And that's what Tupac was saying. He's trying to inspire somebody else to be just as great as him. But if you think Tupac's the greatest and nothing else gonna ever float, the shit ain't gonna ever weigh up to him, nothing else can float up and weigh up to him, nothing else could be as powerful as him, you'll never see the next Tupac because you're stuck here. But Tupac don't even want you to do that. He was telling you it's gonna be eventually another nigga I influence that you can hold on to just as much as you held on to me. Really, it should be yourself. But I'm just saying, that's how you make religions out of shit. Niggas be like, no, Tupac the greatest, Tupac everything, but Tupac said he wasn't the greatest, and he was trying to inspire somebody else to be the next greatest. And I mean, even though he said he is the greatest of his generation, but that's once his time has passed, don't keep holding on to that, because there's going to be somebody he inspired. That's how good he is, and you can listen to him and be like, bro, that's Pac. I can hear it all through him. I can hear it flow all through him, bro. When I hear Pac, when I hear Kendrick, oh, that's all I get, bro. And you get your nostalgia just as the same as when you was listening to Pac. The music is transferred. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. So it only can be transferred. So Pac never died. His music never died. It just was transferred to the other people. And that's the same with anybody. And when they talk about music is trash or rap is trash or any type of genre is trash, well, I wonder where it spawned it from. Had to be, the garbage the trash can had to be somewhere close. Nigga, if I'm producing this, if that's what, if you think it's trash, you know, people perspective for trash. So, and I mean, whatever. There's many always, like I said, people that, oh, old school music used to be best. We ain't had that shit. No, you had that shit too. You could say what, Biz Marquis and all these other niggas, the hip, the hop, the hippie, they ain't have great content, nigga. That's mostly dance and shit and shit like that. And I probably shouldn't use those people, but it's many places where you can pull from and be like, hey, y'all wasn't doing it big as y'all said y'all was. And now you can see how that reflect on this. Y'all wasn't perfect. So don't expect this shit to be coming out perfect when don't expect every artist coming out to be perfect, because y'all ain't have every artist back then perfect. You never will. So yeah. I don't even know why I got into the Tupac shit and just understanding, bro, like you gotta let shit get further, let shit endless. Once Tupac came, you gotta understand Tupac was spun from somebody else. If you can go back, you could be like, damn, I'm thankful, just as thankful for that nigga, because he inspired Tupac. That's why niggas love Tupac so much, because he inspired, like I think Jay-Z's or so many people are inspired by Pac. And that's why he's so beloved, because it's like, damn, nigga, not only did he give me great content, he produced so many other great niggas without even necessarily having to touch these niggas like a Dre or somebody like that. And even then, Dre touched people without having to touch them. But I'm just saying, like, he was that great. And that's why you can definitely still give him props, but understand he came from somewhere else. That original source came from somewhere else. It might not have been an artist. It might have just been the Black Panther and his parents and his auntie. But even at the end of that, I'm sure he was touched somewhere musically. It might not be somebody famous. It might be somebody that was in that little academy or something like that. Like it might have been Jada Pinkett. Like it might have. We see how influential and cultural she is. She was somebody that. Once he leave, he gonna be bigger than Tupac. Cause he low key, bro. If Will Smith, bro, if you look at it how I would look at it, I'm sure he know about the Tupac shit. I'm sure he knew about it before. I'm sure he knew about it way before us. I'm sure he knew it when he first met her or heard about her. Like it probably was a story out or some shit. Hey man, yeah, she fucking with Pac and shit like that. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. She her own woman. He just whatever. I'm just saying. This goes back to when I talk about, we were just talking about this on Absolutely Unsure. Y'all go watch that. It's coming out today. We got an episode coming out soon. We're going to go re-recording it today after this shit. But I was just saying how you touch somebody and now that energy is still transferred. So Pac and Jada had this dynamic relationship. The shit that Jada learned from that relationship, she can now transfer to her relationship with Will Smith. So even though Will might not necessarily, I think he knows. I would think he understands that. I'm sure Jada probably shares that with him, but at certain points, and he might not like it, might make him feel uncomfortable because it's another man helping her push boundaries way before you could, and that's ego, because nigga, you weren't even there, you weren't even in the picture. Like, you be feeling cheated on, like, for instance, you'll feel cheated on, I'm off topic, you'll feel cheated on when your girl talk about a nigga from her high school or middle school, and like, nigga, you weren't even talking to her then, but you still feel like you still feel like that's wrong. Why did you go through that experience? Why did you go, like nigga, she wouldn't even be who she was if she didn't date that person or go through that shit. So, but like I said, what Jada learned from that relationship with Pac and just with her, she can now bring that to the Will Smith relationship and her kids and the shit that she builds now, because she went through that, she learned from that. Good, bad, and different. Now she can move on and teach that to the next kids or to with her husband and shit. And now she can have or move from however. If it was good, bad, and different, she can make the changes or whatever. But she learned. And we just how powerful Tupac is. We already know Jada powerful because they dated each other. They gotta be some type of attraction there. So the shit that was bouncing off in that relationship, the shit that was bouncing off her and Will relationship, like that's probably why I ain't gonna say that, but it might be why she's so comfortable even be able to date somebody that's powerful and not wanting to date somebody that's under her. Because she dealt with Pac at a younger age, and it's not intimidating for her to be with somebody that's great. For some men and women, being with somebody great intimidates them, and then you want to devalue that person so they stay with you because you feel like you not shit. And people do that all the time. You devalue somebody else's worth, so jobs do that. We gonna devalue as much as we can. The draft do that. We're gonna devalue. We're gonna pull out whatever shit that you've done in your past mistakes. We're gonna do that, devalue, so we don't gotta pay you as much. Even though your value might be way higher than that shit that we even put out there, and whatever shit you might did in your past, that shit might not even really matter, but we still gonna put that shit out there. Just because we can devalue your worth, now we can pay you this amount, and now you can work for this certain amount, and we're gonna use you way more than what you worth type shit. And they be knowing that. The only time they don't do that is first, second, third round draft picks. And that's usually, these people are not perfect, but they're the prototype Russell Wilson ass niggas. But even then, some people just have too much hype and you can't really do nothing about that. But they were just talking about it, for instance, the nigga that the Giants drafted. But like, they just gave this nigga a bag and he has no real. He had 50 touchdowns. I'm just getting off rant. He had 50 touchdowns in his college. He had 50 touchdowns, 29 interceptions in his college career. Dwayne Haskins had 52 touchdowns and 9 interceptions in 1 year, or 19 interceptions in 1 year. He had less and more still in 1 year. They gave the nigga from Duke all that money. It got race and all the other shit coded in it too. But we devalue Dwayne Haskins. That's way better. We can pay this dude millions of dollars right off the back, or we can drive this nigga later on, let that nigga stock fall. But like with Kyler Murray, you can't do that. They wanted to do it. He 5'9", he this, he that. And they wanted to push that. If they could have pushed Kyler Murray to the 6th round, they would have. And then he still would have been just as publicized, just as scrutinized, and just as many other things at the 6th round, because he still would have been cold. He still would have been a dynamic-ass player. He just wouldn't have been getting paid that dynamic-ass money. And that's the same shit with college. Nigga, they devalue your ass to, nigga, you just get a scholarship. That's your value, a scholarship. Education is your value. But, nigga, they got you running across your jerseys. Everybody got your jerseys. Everybody got you on TV and shit. You doing all type of being pulled to do shit with kids, being pulled to do all these type of interviews and shit. But I ain't getting no money. I'm just helping, like I said earlier, Polo get bigger. I'm just helping Duke get bigger. And, of course, you get bigger, too, because Duke and certain schools have a certain amount of, it's not parasitic at a certain point, because even being at that school, they have a certain amount of prestige, and you can now use that prestige for yourself, especially if you know what you're doing. But I'm just saying, they're going to devalue you and tell you that their foundations is way greater than yours. And honestly, it's not necessarily true. Only reason it is because they had so many versions of you come through that school and bring the value up and up and up and up and up. But say if you niggas stop doing that shit, if niggas stop valuing that school, slowly and surely their value will start to decrease. The niggas won't be in top 25. Niggas won't be in the Sweet 16 no more because no top recruits going there. Unless, Coach K is actually a great coach. It wouldn't matter then. But for instance, I'm saying if people just decide to stop going there, like, yeah, their prestige would be great, but just like look at UCLA, them niggas not talked about like that no more, but them niggas used to be the prime of basketball. It don't take long to fall off. Like, what have you done for me lately? So like I said, if niggas really stopped going there, Duke wouldn't be shit after a amount of 10 years or some shit. Just saying, it might be a guess or a shot in the water or whatever. Might have pulled up from half court, but nigga, I believe I could have made that shot. No, I'm just playing. But what was my initial point to all that value just being devalued, people devaluing you? People devalue you so they stay in your life longer. Yeah, I mean, I already said my points. I already hit home. I'm not gonna waste no more time. I got shit to upload, and then I got a podcast later. Let me say this: amazing voice and amazing mind. I gotta say a little bit for the pod, and even a little bit. I'm endless, baby. I'm endless. Keep going. Be like DJ Khaled. You want more? Get in that confident bag. I'm endless. I'm brilliant. I'm smart. That nigga, Kelly made a bag off affirmations. But affirmations towards somebody else type shit, not necessarily themselves, but it works. Well, yeah, man. Thank y'all for liking. If you stayed, thank y'all for staying. Even though it's going to be chopped up in 15-minute segments anyways. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for sharing. For the people that comments, I really appreciate y'all comments. I don't comment much back because it's really sometimes there's nothing much to say back. But trust me, internally, I'm sending you love. Even for the people, hey man, if y'all feel like I said something wrong, and trust me, I probably did because my mind be running 1,000 miles per hour, let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's debate on it. I can hone on to that point, and let's see where I go from there. But like I said, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. Y'all go check out Absolutely Unsure. It's in the description. Not in the description. It's in my playlist. Labeled Absolutely Unsure. You can go to dfrienddigital.com. Sign up. You can go to, make sure y'all sign up to the subscription list on there. Or you can just go to DFriend YouTube. DIFRAN. Watch it there. Also go to my Twitter. More Thoughts with a Z. I think that's it, guys. I'm out. You go water this plant, bro. The leaves just looking hella just dangly, bro. I don't know, man. Hey, if y'all got any advice on how to raise a tomato plant, the little cherry tomatoes, let me know. Because my guy not doing good out there, bro. He's just not doing good. Deuces. My cat is though. Kiri, at some point. She's healthy. She in the room. I ain't want to comment on my feet, but I'm out.